Does anybody want to give another example? What else could you say? Anybody else can tell?
Could we say they both are important? I think your teacher told me that you used that one before. Would you like to tell us how that sounds?
They both are important because they have people.
Because they have people. I love the way he extended that and said because. Okay, so it's always good to elaborate and give detail. So that was very good. Now let's try this other pattern. It says Oregon is as what? Important as Texas. Let's all try that one. Oregon is as important as Texas. Did somebody else have one they want to try? Okay.
Oregon is as big as Texas.
Not quite. It's not quite as big, but it's just as interesting. Could we use interesting?
Yeah.
Let's try interesting. Everybody? Oregon is as interesting as Texas. Could we also say beautiful?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Oregon is as beautiful as Texas. Did you have one to share?
I wanted to say the beautiful.
Okay, go ahead and tell us one more time.
Oregon is as beautiful as Texas.
Very good. I think you can do this game now. Here's what's going to happen. Half of you are going to be settlers. That means you're seated in your chairs, you're building your log cabin. Okay? The other half of you are going to be explorers. You're going to be going around looking at the beautiful land in Oregon. Okay? And what you'll do is you will go and talk to the settlers. So you will ask the settlers a question. You can either say, what are the similarities between Oregon and Texas? You can say that. Or you can say, I think that's the only thing, right? Is that the only prompt? Yes. So let's all practice and pretend we are the explorers. Here we go. What are the similarities between Oregon and Texas? Okay. And then if you're seated, you're going to say something about the similarities. You can either say they both are, they both have, or you can say Oregon is as beautiful as Texas. Do you see how that works?
Yeah.
So you have some choices. If you're sitting down, if you're walking around, you're going to say, what are the similarities between Oregon and Texas? Now, I'm going to have a table show me how that might work. Let's see, we've got 3 at this table. Let's do it this way. We're going to have you two be the explorers. And you're the explorer because you have a red dot on your paper, okay? And you can see that on the paper it has some questions, and this third one is, what are the similarities between? So this one, what are the similarities between? So that's what you're going to ask. And these 2 students are going to be the settlers. So you can answer, they both are, or they both have, and you can say some of those, or whatever you want. They both have a state flower bird. You can say whatever you want to say what they have or are. Okay? You can also use Oregon is as beautiful, or important, or interesting. Okay? So there's your oops, I don't want to give you the red one. I'll give you this one. So you can answer, and if you don't want to use this frame, if you have another way to answer, you could do that. All right. Go ahead, explorers. Find 2 settlers. All right, you're going to find this young man here just so we can model.
Between Oregon and Texas, they both are interesting.
They're both as interesting. They're both interesting. That works. Okay. Now talk a little louder so we can hear how you do it because you're modeling. So ask the question.
Which are the similarities between Oregon and Texas?
Very good.
That they both have people living there.
They both have people living there. Does that work? Do you see how that works? Okay, so in a little bit, the ones who are explorers will get to sit down, and the ones who are settlers will get to stand up and switch. Okay, so let's see, I've got 2. And do you think you could be an explorer? Okay, and here you can ask this question down here on the bottom. And let's see, and this is 4 and 5. Okay, now I think I have 11, so I might go around and ask, if somebody doesn't have somebody asking them, I might go around and help. But, so as soon as you've asked and answered the question, say thank you and then find somebody else who's sitting down that doesn't have a partner. Okay, do you have a little bell or something?
No, I just tell them explorers explore, and then I tell them to stop.
Okay. Okay, so after we've seen that you've done maybe 3 times, then we'll switch. All right, get ready, and I want the explorers to stand up and go find somebody who's not at your table. All right, go ahead and ask your question. Okay, go ahead and ask your question.
What are the similarities between Oregon
Are you going to ask him? Okay, let's see, do we have enough? Okay, and we have, okay, I'll ask you. What are the similarities between Oregon and Texas? Yes.
That they both are beautiful.
They both are beautiful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now you can ask him. What are the similarities between Oregon and Texas?
They both have a Capitol building.
They both have a Capitol building. Thank you very much. What are the similarities between Oregon and Texas?
They both have they both have a state fruit.
They both have a state? They both are states?
They both have a state fruit.
Oh, they both have a state fruit. Okay, and then you could even tell me. The state fruit for Texas is?
The red grape.
And the state fruit for Oregon is?
Oregon doesn't have a state fruit.
That's okay. We could say it's probably grapes, huh? Because they have wine. So I think you're right. If they had it, it would probably be grapes. Good. Okay, did you talk with him yet? Did you talk with him yet?
Similarities between Oregon and Texas.
Okay, let's find another person. He's doing him. Okay, let's go find one more. Find one more.
Make sure you're sweeping up.
Okay, now you're going to stand. Okay. And then sit down as soon as you're done with your last partner. Okay. You can sit down at your regular spot. Sit down. All right, those who have been the settlers are going to stand up. I'm going to give you a piece of paper, and you get to go ask the question. And those who are the settlers, you can look at your maps. Sometimes that helps, and you can give your answer. Okay? All right, so let's see. You need one. Oops. You can just keep it. I'm going to give new ones. Okay, you need one. You have one, you have one, you have one. Okay, so if you have the red dot, you should be seated, and the rest of you should be walking around.
Okay, make sure you are using a loud voice so we can hear. You ask your question when you answer.
What are the similarities between Oregon and Texas? They both have cars. Very good. Okay, thank you. What are the similarities between Oregon and Texas?
Oregon and Texas have schools.
They both have schools. Very good. Thank you. What are similarities between Oregon and Texas?
They both have a lot of persons living.
They have a lot of people living or persons living in their states. Excellent response. Very good. Good. Have you talked with this young man? Okay, so we're done. Anyway, do they know each other's names? Okay. So I was just thinking, I want to make sure they do introduce themselves if they don't. Okay. All right. Would you leave your papers on your desk and I'll collect them? Just leave them on your tables, and then your teacher will give you your next instructions. Thank you for your work.
Okay, make sure your tables are nicely organized, and then you may line up for lunch.